Welcome to the show. Well, we're here at the Children's Event Centre in Hamilton for the first ever Bubs, Bumps and Beyond Expo. It's all about parenting, all kinds of ways, all sizes of families. We're here for the weekend. Let's check it out. What are you hoping to achieve with this, Brian? What's it all about?
Well, with Bubs and Beyond, it is a parenting expo, and it's bringing together everything a father or mother or grandparent would need to have their family run the way it should. Schooling, education, party activities, everything. We've brought it all together under one roof just to make it easy for parents to find out where they can go to get the information they need. Well, it's important to me, and especially as we have 5 children of our own. We know the difficulties of finding the things you need to do to have a peaceful life, and bringing it all together just makes it so much easier. And a lot of other parents are in the same boat. They want to know the information, they want to do something different with their kids, but they don't necessarily know where to go to get it. Now there's a place to go. It is going to be an annual event, starting off here in Hamilton. We're going to do it annually in Hamilton, and we're also going to do it in other parts of the country as well. We've got exhibitors from all around the country. We've got our local base, we've got people from Auckland, diverse, who do the bubble bum car seats. They're all the way up from Wanaka. So they've travelled a fair way to get here. But we've got a lot of local organisations, kindergartens, Learning Links, for example, is here. They're just a local company. So we're looking at all around New Zealand for the people that parents want to talk to. We've had good numbers through the door. The exhibitors are happy. There's been some great responses from some of our exhibitors who are already talking about next year's event, which is great to have happen. And yeah, people seem positive about it. I've spoken to a few of the visitors and they think it's great. It's been a few years since we've had a parent and child type expo in Hamilton, and Bumps has been something that people have been wanting to have happen, and it's here now, and now it's starting.
For people that would like to find out more about this event, maybe even bring their business next year, how can they do that?
Simple. They can either go to our Facebook page of Bumps and Beyond, or go online to www.hacah, hacah.co.nz, and all the information is there.
So Helen, what is Natural Baby and how did it come about?
I actually started in business when I planned a home birth for my first boy, and I wanted to labour in water. And I searched around to try and find a comfortable birth pool. I saw my sister-in-law labouring in a very uncomfortable pool, and I thought, I'm not going in one of those, so I found a great inflatable pool. My midwife was impressed and suggested that I start to hire it out, so that's how my business from home started. I had my baby and my business. I also discovered baby wearing, and was lucky enough to win a ring sling in a competition, and I contacted the manufacturer, who was also a week at home mum in Australia, and became the New Zealand distributor for that ring sling. And then I found the Kruizey carrier, which is a mate-eye, and again became the New Zealand distributor for that. So we ended up specialising as well in baby wearing, and bringing in really good quality, well-designed carriers that weren't previously available in New Zealand. And then that side of the business grew. I also started importing Baltic amber jewellery for teething necklaces, and we got the New Zealand agency for the Hacah lugs, which are a fantastic fashion accessory, and they complement the baby wearing really well. Because often when your baby's in a carrier, their pants will ride up. Just pop on a pair of Hacah lugs and it keeps ankles nice and warm. So that side of the business was growing, and I just needed to differentiate between the birth pool side and the specialising in baby wearing side. So I launched My Natural Baby in 2010, and Aquabub just stayed with the birth pools. We've since added several other brands of baby carrier. The Manduka is our best selling one. It's designed in Germany. We've got the Kruizey carrier, as I mentioned before, Storkenvega, another German brand. It's made of purpose woven fabric, specifically woven for baby wearing, so it's very supportive, very strong, durable fabric. They also do a ring sling, because the first one I started with they're not made anymore, so Storkenvega to the rescue. We've recently added Je Porte Mon Bébé, which is French for I carry my baby. They do a hybrid stretchy wrap. And the Milk Bar breastfeeding pillow is our latest addition. And yeah, we're a New Zealand distributor for all of those brands. Most of them I'd tried with my own children first, and that's actually been a motto with our business. We will only sell things that we've tested and loved, and that's what we will share with you, products we have confidence in, that do what they say they'll do. And we've also researched baby wearing, and all our carriers will hold babies in the ergonomically correct positioning. You don't want a carrier that has the legs hanging straight down. The natural positioning for a baby's legs is knees up, bum down. If you might have noticed, if you pick up a child, they'll naturally raise up their knees, and it's really important, especially for children under a year old, because the hip socket and the end of the femur is still cartilage. It hasn't fully hardened, and the hip socket is still developing. So if you have the legs hanging straight down, that leg bone is going to be going in at the wrong angle, slightly to the outside of that developing hip socket, which can be a contributing factor in hip dysplasia. So an ideal carrying position for a baby is to have a carrier that can have fabric supporting right under the bum, right up to the back of the knees, and holding their knees up and bottom down. With the Manduka in particular, it sells itself. Mums share it with other mums, which is, we love that. I'm involved also with local baby wearing groups, so it's really nice to hear their direct feedback from there on our products. And the Kruizey carrier, a lot of people think it's just another Maitai, and then they try it on and go, whoa, this is so comfortable. So it's really sturdy fabric, it's a wider panel than a lot of the other ones on the market, so you can wear babies from newborn right through to 5 or 6 years old. If you're on a long walk and your older child gets tired legs, you don't have to tie your arms out, you can just pop them on your back into a Kruizey carrier. Same with the Manduka and the woven wraps too. All our carriers have a really broad weight range, which makes them a really great investment, because you're really going to get your money's worth for the length of time that you're able to wear your children in them. Okay, comfortable for mum, baby and for dads. A lot more dads are discovering the joys of baby wearing. It's a really nice way for them to bond with their babies. And in particular, the Manduka seems to have the biggest appeal for the dads, I think, because it has lots of points of adjustment and buckles and clips, so they feel like they've got lots of gadgets to play with. I operate from home around my 2 children, so visit us online, mynaturalbaby.co.nz, and we also have our Facebook page, so it's just search for My Natural Baby on Facebook. If you're particularly interested in the Manduka, we have a Manduka NZ page on Facebook. We'd love for you to come and join us.
Denise, what is Kruizey Kidz all about?
It's just a passion that I've always had since I had children of my own 37 years ago, 40 years ago, and it's just grown and grown and grown until I've specialised in waterproof and merino, and it needed to be affordable for everyday kids.
So what kinds of quality clothing do you make?
We do 100% waterproof and breathable, lined, unlined overalls, jackets, pants, kindy aprons, messy edge and sleeves, and we do waterproof bibs and change mats out of all the same product.
What is the TOG rating and how does that work?
The TOG rating is not really a New Zealand thing, it's a British thing, which we work under the British standards for it. My merino is TOG rating of 2.5, which is the TOG rating that's accepted for children's wear, and it means that it's approved for sleep and for day wear, and it gives them the proper warmth. Merino is a natural fibre, it's breathable, it's cool in the summer, warm in the winter, they don't need to layer with it. Hence that's why I'm proud to have totally New Zealand made merino.
So what do your kids think about the clothing that you make?
They love it. They love being Kruizey Kidz, they love being on the website. 2 of them just love going to the markets, helping to sell. Emma in particular, she's a great little salesperson. These are 3 of my granddaughters, Emma, Jessica and Paige, who love wearing the gear. No matter where they go, they love jumping in puddles. I think they're just proud to wear something that I've made by their grand. I do the cutting and the designing, and I've got 4 ladies that do all the sewing for me. One comes round to my house, she's a young mum, and the others are stay-at-home mums that just earn the money at home, so we can keep an eye on the quality and the control.
Your clothing's become really popular. Why is that?
I'd recommend it, number 1, because it's easy to care, You just have to put it on, grate in the sandpit or out in the water because the water just runs off. If you wash them at night, the line ones or the unlined ones, you just shake them, hang them in the laundry, they dry overnight. Our guys wear them all the time. They wear them to creche, daycare, out to snow, on the farm. They're well used right throughout the country now. I do the merino wraps. I do the sleeping bags, which are merino on the inner, cotton on the outer. And we do the tights and the hoodies.
Why is the merino so beneficial and wonderful to wear?
The merino is just easy care. You can just throw it in the washing machine, and I've proved it goes through the clothes dryer.
How can we find out more?
Just go onto our website, www.kruizeykids.co.nz.
Invisible keyboard. It's amazing. It's very clever. I need one of those. He's not even looking. You're amazing. Like a diamond in the sky. Can you play it with your nose? With your nose? I just got lost. Give him a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. The keyboard.
Great to catch up with you, Todd. Now, what is the philosophy of Learning Links childcare and how is it different to other centres?
For us, it's creating rich learning environments for children, for staff and for the community.
So tell us about the facilities. Part of the facilities that you have actually been purpose-built. So talk us through that.
Well, Claudin's is a converted villa, and that suits that community quite well. You know, it's small, it's homely, where Borman Road is a larger purpose-built centre. It came about by us sort of starting with the classroom. We designed the classroom first, and then we kind of then built the building around the classrooms. So for us, it was about classroom size, space. If we weren't able to get that space, then we were just going to kind of walk away from the project, you know. So for us, it had to meet certain criteria, and it just means, you know, children aren't sort of on top of each other, that they can work in individual group sizes without the real cluster and clutter and all the noise that can come from, you know, group care.
Teachers, quality teachers, well-trained teachers, and a really good connected teaching team is really important. How do you go about achieving that?
Everyone's either trained or in training, and you know, there's a real thing about everyone being trained where we quite like, we believe that you've actually got to kind of do your own training, even though they'll have their qualifications and everything. We believe in the ongoing teaching, so all the ongoing training. So and people that are actually going through the training process actually remind others and actually bring other things in, new ideas basically, you know, while they're actually going through their training process. So we just, and my wife, you know, she's really into learning, she's into teaching teachers. Yeah, it's just Joe and myself, and you know, sure enough, we own centres, but we really leave it up to the teachers to actually put their own stamp on it and treat it like their own. It takes a while, but you know, we've been 12 years in Hamilton doing our own childcare centres, so it's really just got to that point where it just really just ticks along really well. Both centres are full, we've got wait lists, so yeah, they're doing really well.
You have a program called the Kelly Sports Fundamental Program. Talk us through how that works and what it is.
Basically, it's an outside program that we just get people to come in and encourage children into fitness. You know, there's the days are kind of gone where you really had a lot of time to be kicking the ball around with your children. Parents do it, but there is families or children that kind of miss out on fundamental ball skills. You know, so the idea is to give that to the children and encourage that whole thing of being active.
How does the centre work to encourage and support children to have a desire to learn?
We developed a thing called the Learning Links Learner. 4 areas that we just focus on teaching with the children. So it's teaching them to be team players, communicators, explorers. It's all that sort of thing of, you know, encouraging them to learn and be interested in learning and take responsibilities for themselves. Yeah. So we base a lot of what we do around the learning links, a learning links learner.
How can we find out more?
Go to our website, learninglinkschildcare.co.nz.
So great to catch up with you here at the Expo. What's your message while you're here for the weekend?
Well, I'm talking to parents about my plans to extend paid parental leave to 6 months. I have drafted a bill and it's going to be debated in Parliament actually during July. So I'm wanting to talk to mums in particular about their experiences. At the moment we have just 14 weeks paid parental leave. And I know for a lot of mums and a lot of working families that's really tough going back when Bub's just 14 weeks old. So I've drafted a bill that extends that out to 6 months over the course of the next 3 years.
So Sue, for those that maybe haven't got children, why is this so important?
Well, look, all of the research and evidence, and actually what we know as parents ourselves, tells us that if we get things right between parent and child in those early months, then that child's development improves from there on in. So attachment in those early months is really important. We also know of the health benefits of being able to breastfeed for those first 6 months in particular. And if mum's going back to work, it's really hard to keep the whole breastfeeding regime going. So this is again an opportunity for parents to give their child that very best start in life, and that will mean so much for that child for the rest of their lives, right into adulthood.
So have you ever met a mum that's not interested in extended paid parental leave?
No, I haven't. I think all of today's mums actually understand the importance of and the pressures that are on family life these days. And so it is about supporting family life. It's also about valuing that role of parenting, because I think, we have become a culture now where, sometimes we put paid work ahead of family life, and it's been a concern of mine for some time. When I went into Parliament, in my maiden speech, I said that work-life balance was something that I wanted to improve in this country, and this is a really great opportunity to do it.
So if we'd like to find out more, obviously there's a process here. How can we get in contact with you?
Well, the first reading of the bill will happen, it looks like it's going to happen on the 25th of July. And I've actually got the voting numbers to get it through its first reading, so that's very exciting because we get to defeat the government. But it means that the bill will get into the select committee process, and that's when the public can have their say. So what I'm doing here today is I'm asking mums and grandparents actually to support this in a way where if they give me their contact details, I can let them know about the submission process, and then they could make their own personal submission to the select committee to say why this would be so important for them and their families. Because I think it's those personal stories that really make a difference in terms of politicians when we're voting in Parliament, but also the way in which we draft legislation. I've got a Facebook site actually called Kids Count, and that's a good way of people go onto that page, then they can keep updated with the progress of this bill as it goes through Parliament. They can contact me at my Hamilton-based office. The phone number is 839 6803. Or they can email me at sue.moroney@parliament.govt.nz.
Judy, what is Kindy Rock all about?
So Kindy Rock music is all original Kiwi music, and it's written by me, and my passion is creating a musical environment in our homes and giving resources and CDs for people to use and music to learn with and to have fun with. And as a music educator, I know that music is great for children's development, not just in the little things like having fun and getting fit and learning to jump, but in the middle things like learning language and learning math skills. But it's also really great for their brains. And what people don't often know is that music is doing things when children are responding to it. So when a child is listening to music, their brain is working hard, but when a child is responding and jumping or shaking the shaker to music, then their brain is working harder than anything else that we can be doing. So providing music and resources for kids to have fun to is really important to me. So setting up a musical environment and teaching parents how to do that right from pre-birth. So we have music for prenatal. Babies can hear in vitro from 14 weeks, but their brain hooks into gear from 26 weeks. So we need to provide songs that the baby will remember and feel calm and enjoy hearing. So we provide some free stuff for mums to use while they're pregnant. And that hooks into later our newborn stuff for newborns. What sort of things do we do with a newborn baby? And often parents don't know. So we've got beautiful lullabies for children. We've got some sensory music for mums to use with their babies. So lots of touching and feeling. We've got eye tracking stuff. And that follows into our Kids Music Club, which is our at-home program. And my vision is for every child in New Zealand to be able to reach Kindy Rock music. Whether it's the Mainly Music program, that's a church program run throughout New Zealand and throughout the world as well, or the Wriggle and Warren program in Auckland. But if they can't get to that, then they can do the at-home Kindy Rock program. So information is sent through to parents in their email every 3 months, and it is really directly related to the child's age, whether they're brand new newborn baby or a 5-year-old. And if parents are wanting to have a real good hard copy stuff, well, we've got 6 CDs out now, and that music is suitable for children right from birth through to 6 as well.
So who writes the music?
So the music's all written by me. I have a background in music education and have a real passion for providing fun resources that everybody's going to want to use, not just children, but parents and teachers. So if they're not having fun, then parents and teachers won't want to use the song, so we need to make it fun for everyone to use. Most of the songs are written in a way that the lyrics tell the child what to do, so as parents or teachers you don't always have to know what to do.
You do quite a bit of educating too. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I do work with teachers quite a lot. That's actually a lot of how I base my work. I travel all around New Zealand and spend a week or so in a region and do professional development for teachers, and then work in the daycares as well with children, so teachers can see me in action and what I would do with kids to make their program a bit more vibrant. If you want to find out more, please do go to our website. I'd love to hear from you. You can send me an email or give me a call. I do travel quite a lot, so just leave a message. It would be great to hear from you.
Hey, we've had an absolute ball at the Bubs and Beyond Expo. It's been absolutely amazing. Of course, parents have learned lots, kids have had a fantastic time, and if you'd like to find out more, check out their website, hacah.co.nz. TV Central also, you can go to their website, tvcentral.co.nz.
This has been an Alpha Media production, a division of Television Media Group.